It's Melissa. Happy Monday. I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so sorry I haven't been on all last week. It has been so crazy busy. So I was really trying to get on today, so I'm glad I was able to. So what we are going to do today is sublimation puzzles. We have never done this on Silhouette School or Silhouette School Facebook or live. So this is going to be a super fun project that we are going to do. And I know 1.5 million and tons and tons and tons of you are under winter storm warnings and winter storm watch and ice and snow and everything else. We are not, fortunately, in Southern California, which is why I moved here. But this is a great rainy day, snow week, President's Day project that you guys can do with the kiddos, especially. It's really fun. Or you can make these as gifts. They're super fun projects. Sentimental, something that you can turn your photos into. So I dug back into my photo archive, found a picture of the kiddos that I love from probably, I don't know what it is, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, from my cousin's wedding. And I'm going to turn it into a puzzle, okay? So I will eventually put the entire project on the blog in written steps, but I do want to show you how you're going to do this. So the first thing that you're going to do is bring this into Silhouette Studio, your photo. And the reason that you're going to do that is simply for sizing, if you need to change any of the colors a little bit. And then you are going to export that as a PNG. Now a PNG or a JPEG, okay? Now the thing is, what we are going to do is use these puzzles. These are Sublimation blank puzzles. And I put the link for them up top. The links for everything is up top. Now here's the thing. You can cut puzzles on Silhouette, but it's not super easy at all if you've ever tried. This makes it super easy. It's already a puzzle and it's sublimation ready. Now the problem is, I'm going to show you in here in a second, these puzzles are longer than what your SG400 or 500, which is the 8.5 by 11 sublimation printer, can do. So for example, if you use, sorry to keep walking back and forth, if you use this puzzle and you try to use the 8.5 by 11, you're going to see that you're not going to be able to sublimate the whole thing. However, even if you have the smaller size Sawgrass, which I do, I have the SG400, which is the model prior to the current SG500. Okay, it's just the newer. You guys have, if you have the 500, you have a newer model. Okay, what you can do with that is you can actually extend this bottom tray by about 3 inches, and then you can print up to 14 inches long. And so by doing that, you can use the 8.5 by 14 inch sublimation paper, and that will cover the entire puzzle for you. Okay. So this is what we're going to do. You don't need the pass-through. You don't need the extent, nothing other than pulling out the drawer. And I have a blog post on that, which I'll add. Okay, so once you get that all set up, then in Silhouette Studio, you have your photo as we talked about. Whoops, you're losing me. I have the photo as we talked about. And then I export the photo so that it's on my computer. Okay, so it's on my hard drive. Then I just open up Sawgrass Print Manager, and I bring the photo in. And I apologize that it's so far away, but you can see it's in my Sawgrass Print Manager, okay? All right, so then all I'm gonna do is tell Sawgrass that I am using the 8.5 by 14 inch paper. It fills that whole area. It mirrors it for me because I hadn't mirrored this before, and now I'm just going to print it, okay? So it's going to print on here. It may take a minute or so to warm up, but what it's going to do is it's going to print on the longer piece of paper, and when it does that, I will then be able to sublimate the full size puzzle. Okay, so we're going to do that. While that's prepping to print, I have my paper in there already. You can see, hopefully I don't want to move the printer, but the reason this is open a little bit is so that I get that extended tray, so that I can print up to the 14 inch paper instead of the standard 11, okay? The Sawgrass printers come in 2 different sizes. I have the smaller of the 2. Now, while we're waiting for this to print, I'm going to cut some high temperature tape, and I am going to do this so that I can tape the sublimation print to the puzzle while it's on the heat press to avoid ghosting, okay? The ghosting, here it goes, it's gonna print. Ghosting is when the print that you're printing shifts just even a tad while it's on the heat press. And typically the reason that it shifts is because when you are opening and closing the press, okay? So we want to avoid that. All right, so this is printing. Let's pull this out. And what we're going to do next is I have my puzzle. Again, this is a Sublimation ready puzzle, already cut and everything. It's staying all together because I haven't taken the pieces apart. And it also has this extra backing just for extra support for right now. Once this comes out, I'll literally just put it on top and then I'll put it in my heat press, okay? So I'm gonna show you this whole process so you can see what happens. Again, this is just a photo that I have. You could do this with designs, but it's extra special when it's a photo, your own photo, okay? And these make really great gifts. Well, surprise, you can, take it all apart. Where did I find the heat press? The link for the heat press is up top. It's a swing design heat press. I'm gonna get to that in a second. When your print is printing, when it comes out of the printer, it's going to be dull, okay? So you're going to see it looks dull, okay? But that is normal and typical and expected for sublimation printing. Look at Blake's little face. Is he not the cutest little thing? I mean, and Olivia's just gorgeous, but of course. Okay, so let's move this stuff out of the way so we have a little bit more room. And I'll pull you guys down here so you can see. So now I want to put my print here. Now you can see that if I had printed on the 8.5 by 11, this would not cover my full puzzle, okay? See that? So that's why I printed on here. Now I have a little bit of extra room, okay? Just make sure I get the kids' heads in there, all right? And then I'm going to use my tape, and I'm going to tape just on all four sides from the puzzle side, okay? And once I'm done this, I'm going to move over to my heat press. And my heat press is warmed up to 400 degrees, 60 seconds. Okay? Okay. All right, so we're all set. We've got this all ready. Now let's move over here so you can see this. Actually, maybe just pull you guys over here a little bit better. Okay? Now, I have my press. Now, because I have this extra area here, that the bleed basically, if I don't put something on my heat press to protect it, it's going to get that ink on this bottom piece. So I literally just put, this is copy paper. I'm just going to protect the bottom of my heat press with copy paper. Lift this up for a second, okay? And then I want the sublimation paper up so that it hits the heat, okay? I'm gonna lay this down here. And then I'm going to pull my heat press over, and then I'm going to press it 60 seconds. Now on this heat press, you do need to hit this red button on the side for the for the timer to start going. Once that starts going, it's going to go for 60 seconds as you have it set for this, and then it will beep at 60 seconds. And once it beeps, you will want to hit it again to turn off the beeping. We've been getting a lot of questions about why does this thing keep beeping? Why is the timer not starting? You have to set the timer for this one, and the reason is it's an 8-in-1. So it's not going to know that you have closed your mug press, the attached mug press when you have that. It's not, because unlike this one, which is just a regular heat press, just the flat press, it automatically starts the timer. On this one, because of all the different attachments, you have to tell it, this is the whole control panel for all of the attachments. You have to tell it, I've closed it, please start the timer. So don't forget to do that. All right, so here we go. It's gonna beep. You'll see, even when I open this, it continues to beep until I hit that. That also will add some, a 1 unit to the counter. So it's telling me how many I've done. So if I need to do 10 puzzles, I'll know how many I've done so far. Okay, so now I have my press. Pull you over here a little bit more so you can see. Okay, and now I'm just gonna say this is why you put this white, this is copy paper underneath. Otherwise, that would have been on my heat press. Okay, and now I can pull this off of here, Are you ready for the big reveal? I'm gonna surprise you. You can see that some of the area is missing. That's because it has been sublimated onto the puzzle itself. And there we go. So so can you see that? So how cool is that, right? This is so cool. And then obviously this is already done. So you don't need to cut anything with this. You don't need to worry about chipboard. You literally are sublimating. You are using Silhouette Studio for any design. Like if I wanted to take this into Silhouette Studio and, you know, put on here, I forget when my cousin was married, but like September 2015 or whatever it was. Jennifer, I apologize. I don't remember when your wedding was. Then you could do that. You can do all of the designing part in Silhouette Studio. So anyway, so here it is. Wouldn't this be so cool to give to, like, I'm sure my mom would love this. Maybe I'll send it to her so she has something to do. But so cool, right? So these, again, all you need, everything that we just did, I put the links up top for you. The sublimation printer, the longer paper, so it covers the full thing, the full puzzle. The puzzles themselves, it comes in a pack. It's 20 of them. I forget what the price is. It's very inexpensive for what you're doing. You can sell these. I mean, this is a quality of material you can see that you could easily sell to someone, especially because of how personalized this is. Right? This is a really, I love this project, and I can't believe we haven't done it. I've had these puzzles sitting in my like to-do drawer for a long, long time. So anyway, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous Monday. And if you're doing puzzles, I would love to see them. So post pictures in the comments here. And yeah, I'm looking at a question here. So someone's asking, why are the tops of the puzzle melting off when I take my sublimation paper off? I use 400. I don't know. It could be that you have a different type of sublimation puzzle itself. I have, these are specifically, look, I want you to see if you can see it's shiny. This is, make sure that you're using sublimation puzzles, and especially if you're buying off Amazon. Not all of them that claim that they are sublimation are sublimation. I've linked to exactly what I used right here so you guys can see that. Okay, this is a 48, by the way, the 48 piece puzzle. Okay, all right, you guys, I hope you have a fabulous rest of your day. I'll see you soon.